Hey guys, so I really don't feel like doing this video. As you can see, my tank is empty. There's nothing in it, and that's because nothing's going in it. Alright, so since my last shenanigans with my discus getting sick, then they went in the bins, then I cured them, then I filled up the tank, then I transferred the fish, I transferred all the filter media, and then I remembered we're spring in Montreal. Well, practically spring. At least things are melting and it's all going into our water supply. So what doesn't kill humans, people, it doesn't kill your pets such as your dogs or your cats. Well, that doesn't mean it doesn't kill your fish. So about maybe 5 days ago, everything died. I don't know exactly what it is in my city's water that killed everything, but when I made the ammonia test, there was quite high ammonia in the water. That could have been neutralized with like prime or another dechlorinator with an ammonia neutralizer. But the phosphate test, not only did it come abnormal, but it came out cloudy. It turned to milk white. So there is some type of bacterial bloom in this city's water, Montreal, Quebec, that literally killed all my beneficial bacteria in my tank, and not just my discus tank, but being heavily medicated for so long and so weak, everything died in that particular tank. Everything. I transferred them into a quarantine that very night. I transferred everything, brand new filters, sponges with like the bacteria from other tanks. No, they just, like, the chemical burn whatever was in that water, and still is to current day, is absolutely lethal to my weekend fish, my discus. And just to show you that I'm not even joking, all my tanks turned to this shit. Like right now, I tried to do another water change to see if the water would get any better. It's very, 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 very cloudy. There's instant algae blooms. This is not even that bad, but look at my Frontosa tank. I mean, I hope my camera can properly show you how cloudy it is. Actually, I'll show you from the side. It's like a clear algae bloom, but there's more to it. Like a phosphate test that comes back milky white is super freaking abnormal. And I'm like, okay, like, you know, on day 2 when I had nearly lost everything, I was like, okay, let's make RO water, let's do this, let's do that. But they started legitimately disintegrating. Their skin just fell off and they all died. And I'm not just talking about my discus, I'm talking about my corridoras, all my tetras, like everything just died within a span of 2 days. And on the same side of the highway where I am, it must be the same water supply, because clients with a cichlid tank, like heavily populated cichlid tank, we also did a water change within the same week. Their tank turned to cloudy milky white. Like here too, maybe you'll see it like from the side, what I'm talking about. It's this weird cloudiness, milky white water. The water comes out perfect, eh? It's crystal clear where it comes out. But it's once it hits my bacterial flora in my tanks that it just crashes tanks. So I do have one survivor. I'm like so discouraged, but my one and only survivor is one wild discus. That's all I got. Even plecos died. Even freaking plecos. Oh, and if you're looking for the hardiest tetra in the whole universe, all but one of my lemon tetras survived. Even the brand new ones I just got. Even the babies. So all my lemon tetras survived but one. And everything but this one wild discus. He's actually doing well. He's eating. He's coming out. He's absolutely traumatized, and I don't blame him because everyone he knew died. And this water is definitely not the Amazonian beautiful water. Right now I put like methylene blue in it just to help him recover. Also I put some salt to help him recover because him too, he had like his whole skin was affected. But he seems to be better, and today I saw him eating and everything. So he's my little sparkle of hope here. But I am absolutely like disgusted by the situation. Like that's why I took so long to make the video. I was like having like heart palpitations for like 3 days because I was so stressed. All my fish die. Like imagine, just you can't even like save them the moment you. And I did so many water changes. I'm like, okay, maybe it's an ammonia spec, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. Yes, there was ammonia in my water, but so was it in the tap water. So every time I would water change, it would just get worse and worse. I would wake up in the middle of the night to do water changes to make, like, in case the water got any better. There was like no warnings, whatever, from the city because it's not lethal to people. The water comes out clean, but it's lethal to your bacterial flora. Oh look, he's actually eating. I'm like really sad and discouraged. I think this is like my lowest ever. Like, I don't think I ever had that much of a tragedy before. It's just so freaking sad. On a positive note, I changed the lighting in here and I have beautiful LEDs that change colors. This tank was super unaffected because I didn't do any freaking water changes during the whole time because I have like my super strong pump to clean it up. Yeah, I'm not even sure when I should do water changes anymore. It's absolutely brutal. And I have 14 aquariums in here, so starting to make reverse osmosis for everything. Like I basically have to give up working and just do that of my days, you know. So yeah, that's my news. I'm not even like sure how I'm gonna upload this video because I don't want to like put everyone in a bad mood, like, but it is what it is. Like, and like I do have like a couple survivors. Like this loach survived because I put them straight away in this tank, like, because I know loaches are super sensitive, but he was like sideways for 2 days. On a little bit of a positive, one of my clients had little eggs of super red bristlenose speckles, and my employee let me know, and they've hatched. So they're in the baby farm right now, right here. They've hatched. They're super cute. So we have that. My icaras are bugging them. They're trying to like eat them through the little thing, but I don't think they can get to them. So there's always a little bit of hope through the carnage, but it is what it is. I don't know, what would you guys do? Would you still keep discus after something that horrific happening? Like, I don't know. I don't personally feel like keeping discus anymore, but apparently one of the discus that I've healed for a client of mine, he's not doing so well with her again, and in the meantime she bought 4 more. They're all having eczemita, so she gives me like 4 discus back. So I'm like forced into this relationship again, but I'm not sure I will keep them permanently because the discus game just, I don't know, it left a very like bitter feeling for me. Like, you know, all my tanks always do well and the discus never do well, and I don't know, for as long as I live here I'll never feel secure to keeping discus because look, Montreal is a big city, but we all have separate districts, and this is the only district in here, I won't name it, but my district is the only one that dumps fluoride in the water. Fluoride, if you don't know what it is, just Google it. It's actually a heavy metal toxic compound that they pretend is good for your teeth to stay clean and white, but it's BS. We all know that. So if it's a heavy metal, it's also toxic to fish. Duh. So for as long as I live here, I don't want to have discus. I'm done. I'm done suffering. You know, like it was what, about 4 months of daily 90% water changes, medications, about $500 of foreign medications from abroad countries, legal and illegal and whatever you want, and everything died. So like, I don't think the struggle was really worth it at this point. The moment I move and I have a proper either well water or reverse osmosis central system, yeah, no problem. I think I'll go back in discus. But right now I have one wild discus left and 4 sick ones coming back. And the irony in this, like, I give back the fish doing well, but my client felt that he was lonely and went to the same store where she got her first batch of sick discus and got 4 more, and now it's been 3 weeks, nobody ate. So I'm like forced into this again to fix these fish, but I have zero desire of doing this. It is what it is. So let me just pause this 2 seconds and I'll bring you a little bit better news on the other side. Watch. So before we had this apocalypse happening with my discus and the new tank, I did transfer a few fish in other tanks just because I'm like, okay, you're done getting medicated here. Like, let's put you elsewhere because, you know, my betas just didn't like those bins. So I transferred whatever I had left of betas in this tank. So it's mainly my females. I hope you can see properly. I know it's not super bright in here. But yeah, all my females but one, the long fin, who died of dropsy because probably over medicated the whole tank. So the females are all doing well in here, and the tank is doing well, and they get along with the little tetras. For the least, we have safe dosed. Also, this tank in which I have my glass tetras and my galaxy resbors, doing perfect. The usual, you know. I also put my 2, what's it called, not ghost knife, glass catfish. Yeah, I have 2 glass catfish just because they match so well with my glass tetras. And yeah, so that tank as well. Hallelujah. And on the super positive side, this is my guppy tank, and I have a lot of babies. So I'm really happy about that. At least we have some new fry every month, so I'm super excited. You know, I'll be able to give some of my clients some fish, because, you know, I breed fish, but it's always accidentally, and like, I'm not the one that tries to make money off like the fish I bred. I don't know, just because like I'm not doing it to breed them to begin with. If they do it, cool. But I like to share the wealth sometimes, and you know, they're so cute and healthy, so at least I have that. And I only have 2 male betas left. Yeah, because the other ones all died because of over medication. You know, when you try to save discus, you can kill everything at the same time. So I have this guy left, my super long fin male. And just because I didn't have a bigger tank for all of them at once, I still have another one in there, but I think it's hiding. So this one I'll probably give to someone to get adopted. He's like hiding in there. He hates this guy because this guy always intimidates him, so why put him through this stress? So it is what it is. Thank you so much for watching. I don't blame you if you stopped halfway and just like went to the next video, because this is so depressing, but it had to be done. I had to share it. Like, I wasn't gonna like keep you in the darkness for so long about what happened to my discus. Happened what had to happen, and it's like, you know, it's like my dream kind of got euthanized, but whatever. Life goes on, and you know, we'll see what happens next. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.